He's one of the most recognisable faces in cricket. He ranks among the finest captains the sport has ever seen. And in the 15 years of his retirement, he's become as revered as an ambassador of sport as he was while playing it. WION caught up with Steve Waugh, now a member of the Laureus Academy, with the countdown to the 2019 Laureus World Sport Awards truly underway in Paris. We quizzed the former Australian captain and two-time World Cup winner on a variety of subjects, including the transitioning phase of the Australian team, India's upcoming tour of Australia, and his favourite sporting moment of 2018. Listen in to his thoughts.
Look, I love watching all sport, but I think the Ryder Cup this year went to that next level. The European side, the way they played for each other, their excitement, their camaraderie, the team spirit was just was really incredible to watch. So for me, and the amount they won that victory by was convincing. So that was just an outstanding performance. So the Ryder Cup. Look, it was a real confidence boost for Australia last week in their first Test match. It's almost a rebuilding phase after the three players have got the 12-month ban. And to draw a Test match on the fifth day in difficult conditions was an incredible achievement really for that Australian side. So it should give them a lot of confidence, although in the current second Test match they're in a bit of strife. But it was a good sign for Justin Langer's side under Tim Paine's leadership. It was a really good result first up. Sure, well, Justin Langer is a common thread amongst that. I was captain in that win down in Hobart, where he and Adam Gilchrist put on this amazing partnership, and we sort of achieved a result against the odds, and that's exactly what they did in the first Test in Dubai. So it does have a way of galvanising a side. It gives players confidence in their own ability, in the ability as a team together. So it really was an important moment because they needed a good result. I think if they went down heavily in that first Test, there would have been a lot of people saying it's the wrong side, they've picked the wrong players, so they need some sort of stability. Look, for Steve Smith and Dave Warner and Cameron Bancroft, I think all Australian cricket supporters would like to see them back into the side. Steve Smith, I think, will probably have the smoothest transition. You know, he's a guy that averages 16 Test match cricket. He's very passionate about the game, and I think has a sympathy of the Australian public. So I think he'll make a smooth transition back into it. David Warner is very important to the side. He's got a lot of experience, a lot of Test match and one-day centuries. The Australian public want to see him back in as well. And Cameron Bancroft hopefully won't be forgotten. He was a younger member of the trio, and he has an opportunity. But look, I think the good thing is they've accepted their bans. They didn't fight it legally. They probably would have won that case, but they would have lost the public. So I think it was a good thing what they did. They accepted the ban. Cricket Australia was quite a severe ban, but in our overall scheme of things, it was a good lesson for all young sports people watching any type of sport that if they do the wrong thing, they will get punished. Look, I know India are very keen to win in Australia, and it's been a place where they haven't had much success. This will be a good opportunity for sure. But having said that, Australia's still got a very good bowling attack, and if they get a full attack of Stark, Cummings, Hazlewood and Lyon, I still think that's the best quartet of bowlers in the world. So that means Australia can win any Test match as long as we can score some runs. So India have a very well-rounded side. Virat Kohli is a good leader, he's a great player, and they will have their confidence. I still think Australia will be slight favourites in Australia, but they will have a chance in India, and it's something that their supporters are desperate for. There's 1.3 billion people all want India to win in Australia. Virat Kohli is an inspirational leader, and it definitely is their best chance for a long time. It is difficult to win away from your home country, and what India need to do is not have such a reliance on Virat Kohli. I mean, he's an outstanding player, and in both those losing series he was a leading batsman, so the other batsmen need to step up to the plate to help him out. They have the bowlers to take wickets, but they've got to get enough runs, and that'll be the real challenge in Australia. On pitches are a little bit more bouncy. Can Virat Kohli have enough support to get enough runs on the board so his bowlers have got a chance to win Test matches? I think it's pretty simple. Potentially this is the best Indian side for a long time, but to say that they're ahead of some of the teams of the previous 20 years is a bit of a stretch. I played against some amazing Indian sides, particularly in the early 2000s, where I think it's probably the best batting order India have ever had. So I know what he's trying to do as a coach. You want to give your players confidence, and you want to be positive in the public arena and the public space, so I don't mind what he says, but maybe in some ways it does put a little bit of pressure on the players, particularly if they start losing and the public is saying, hang on, you said they're the best side, now they're losing. So it's maybe a little bit of unnecessary pressure, but I still understand where he's coming from. Yeah, this current team under Virat Kohli and Ravi Shastri is a team that backs themselves. They're pretty aggressive and positive, and Virat Kohli is an icon for youth in India. So you know, he's a pin-up boy. He gets in the opposition's face. You know, he's got a few tattoos. He's just a little bit different, and that's the way the modern Indian side plays. It's very different to the Kapil Dev, Sunil Gavaskar era, where it was pretty quiet out in the field and they let their actions do their talking. So it's just a different culture in this modern day Indian side compared to 20 years ago. And they are very different to Kapil Dev's era.